Good afternoon. It is 5:30 and I am getting ready to go to a birthday party tonight. It's my sister's birthday party. We're so excited and it's a potluck style. So I'm going to make her some macaroni and cheese and I thought, why not share it with you? It's 10 minutes start to finish. You're eating in about 15 and I'm going to show you how to make it. We're doing our pressure cooker. This is our pressure cooker. It works like a traditional pressure cooker with pressure, duh. And so, but it's safer. You're never going to have any explosions or issues, and I'll show you why. So inside, we have a silicone ring. Okay, so that helps keep it sealed so the pressure will build and then it will cook. We also have this as a release valve to regulate the pressure. This will also warn you, just like a traditional pressure cooker will. It'll go up when it's not safe to open, and it'll go down when it is safe. We also have a lock, so you actually lock the pressure cooker when you are fixing to cook with it, and you lock it by matching the two arrows. So once the two arrows are matching, you're going to turn it. You're going to just twist the lid. Oh, kind of have to have the seal in there. Don't forget that, or it's not going to build pressure. All right, so now we put the seal on. We'll turn it. You'll feel a little bit of resistance, and that's just because it is an airtight container. And then you'll pop the lock down. Okay, so without the lock on, it's still locked in place, which means it will never open without your permission. And then you push this lock down because there's a last safety valve right underneath here, and I'll show that to you. So right under here is another hole, and that is the last pressure release. So say you accidentally didn't notice that your pressure gauge was up and you opened it. What would happen is first you would pop the lock and then all that pressure would release and it might make a sound. It would release some pressure and some steam here, but you wouldn't have any explosions out the side. So you're still safe. But always wait for that because we don't want to risk it. So to make the macaroni and cheese, it's super simple. It's kind of like a dump recipe. So if you've seen dump recipes before, you're going to throw everything in the pressure cooker, lock it, stick it in the microwave, you're done. So the recipe calls for 2.5 cups of elbow macaroni. So I'm actually going to do shells. You can do any type of pasta, whatever you want your, that's 1 cup. 2.5, so, all right, so 2.5 cups of macaroni, and then it wants 2 cups of chicken broth. I don't have chicken broth. You can use chicken or vegetable, depending on what you want. If you're a vegetarian, then you want to do vegetable. If you are not, and it doesn't matter, you can do chicken. It's not a big deal. So now we're going to add 2 cups of vegetable broth. And like I said, we're just dumping it all in, and then we're going to cook it for about 10 minutes. So vegetable broth got dumped. Then we're going to add the heavy cream. So it's heavy cream. I am a savvy shopper, so I like to get my recipes, ingredients on clearance. Might as well. All right, so 1 cup of heavy cream, so that's done. We're going to do 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And my salt is kept in our wonderful counterscape, and it's got a handy 1/2 teaspoon right in the lid. So we have our 2-year-old niece, and she wants to see what we're doing. Say hi, Taylor. Taylor, you gonna come say hi? All right, she'll come say hi later. So this actually sits in the lid here in the cover, so that you can have a 1/2 teaspoon. So I'm just gonna measure 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then it also wants 1/2 teaspoon of pepper.
Good job.
Okay. That's it. I have now put all my ingredients in. I'm going to give it a quick stir. Just to mix all that salt, pepper, pasta, and cream. And then I'm going to seal it, and I'm going to put it in the microwave. Line up your arrows. Give it a good twist. Lock it down. 10 minutes. Now there's a couple more ingredients that we're going to do. It says that once that's finished, we're going to be adding some butter, some milk, some shredded cheese, and some Velveeta cheese. So the first thing I need to do is shred some cheddar cheese. So I'm going to use our Master System. We're using the Great Master. All Master Systems use the same base. What's cool about the base is when you turn the locking handle, you'll see this little tongue comes up. That will actually grab on to this on each of your hoppers, keeping it in place. Also, that activates the suction, so it's not going to come off the counter. All right, so if you're right-handed, you're going to put it to where the handle's on the right. If you're left-handed, you'll do the handle to your left. I have the coarse cone in here, and my wonderlearable.
Do it for her since I
All right. And then I'm going to take some cheddar cheese, just a block. I'm going to put it in the hopper and just turn the handle. So let's get a good look at the cheese that's coming out here. All right, that is done. Now the reason you want to shred your own cheese is because the cheese you buy at the store is pre-shredded. They put preservatives in it, as well as things like sawdust, and to keep it from sticking together. So when you're purchasing shredded cheese, already pre-shredded, you're actually weight-wise purchasing cheese and sawdust. So when you buy a pound of cheese, just like the block like this, you're actually going to end up with more cheese than you would if you were to buy, say, a pound of shredded cheese, simply because you're getting a pound of pure cheese. And of course, we don't want to eat preservatives and stuff like that. All right, we're having just a little bit of issues. I think the cheese was room temperature. So a trick is to take your cheese out from the refrigerator right before you're going to shred it, or even freeze it for just a moment. Just keeps it nice and firm, and that will help it shred and fall out of the hopper really easily. There we go. All right. Okay. So now that our cheese is shredded, what I really like about the Master System is that I've only really dirtied 2 pieces. So it might look like, oh my gosh, there's so much. So many pieces that are dirty now. That's actually not true. So when I take it apart, this is dishwasher safe. The handle is not dirty, so that goes back in the pantry. Your blade will be hand washed. We always recommend metal. Hand wash your metal, whether it's a knife or a blade like this. Hand wash that. And then you have your hopper, which is dishwasher safe. So these go in the dishwasher. This gets a quick scrub brush. And this is not dirty, so it goes back and put away. So I've actually only dirtied 1 hand wash piece and 2 dishwasher pieces. So that's a very good thing for me. I don't like making a lot of dishes. So my cheese is ready, and I will be adding 1.5 cups of this into the recipe when it's done. It also calls for 6 ounces of Velveeta cheese. So I have my cheese right here. I'm going to cut it into some pieces so that it is ready to go. Okay. So I'm going to be using our cheese knife, this the way, and we're just going to cut this into chunks so that it will melt easier. I love our cheese knives, and I'm so sad that it's not available right now, but it will be back because it is definitely a staple in the kitchen because it's got the holes that really let the cheese let go. So then you'll have that, it'll slide right off. All right, so I'm just gonna stack that up. All right, so now we have our Velveeta. We have our, not fitting in my 1 cup, but that's okay. Stay put. Okay, so we have our Velveeta cheese, we have our shredded cheese, and it says 1/2 cup of milk. Now it does call for whole milk, and I think that's just for the fat content, so everything mixes and is real creamy, but I'm just gonna set that aside. that's it. So as soon as that dings, I'm gonna dump the rest of these ingredients in, give it a good mix. Voila, it's done. So as you can see, start to finish, about 10 minutes. It will need resting time when the comes out because it will have pressure built. So give it about 5 minutes to rest, and it's on the table in less than 15 start to finish. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you look forward to making some macaroni and cheese, and then tell me how it turns out. And have fun with it. Try different cheeses. Try adding some broccoli or some chicken and make a meal out of it. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. Bye.